The Odyssey app.
A beautiful, crisp autumn Friday in New York City. It is Evan and Tiki. We have a ton to do on this Friday. The keys to the New York Jets upsetting the Buffalo Bills. The keys to the New York Giants competing and, dare I say, upsetting the Dallas Cowboys. And how the current sitting president of the United States made Tiki Barber look like a fool last night. We'll get to all of that coming up. That's a tease that makes people wonder. And, of course, Yankees-Red Sox will be kicking off in just a few hours. Here's what I will say to start about the state of the collapsing, disgraceful, and gutless New York Mets.
You have to be at 35% at this point.
My concern level, yes, Tiki Barber, is rising by the moment. Because last night was the kind of loss that makes you say, did that really happen? Did that really happen? Did they jump all over Jesus Luzardo in the first inning and then promptly go to sleep for the final 8 innings? Did that actually happen? Did I actually watch a lead slowly and surely go away and disappear? Did that really happen? And yes, it did. And the Mets got swept by the Phillies, and their lead is now down to a measly game, essentially a game, in the wild card race. And yes, I knew Tiki would ask me that question. That's been the topic over the last few days. What's your confidence level? What's your confidence level, Met fans? What's your confidence level, Evan? What's your confidence level, Tiki? Here's what I'm going to tell you, and it may surprise you. As upset and disgusted as I am by this glass-jaw baseball team, and maybe this is irrational, that's a part of why you're so valuable, Tiki.
Okay.
Tonight is the last stand. Tonight is the night where either the Mets are going to put a Band-Aid on this mess and return this season around, or they're going to go down like the team most Met fans think they are, which is like a bunch of gutless losers. And I don't know if it's because of Jacob deGrom. I don't know if it's because it's at Citi Field. I'm not sure the reason why this is my emotion on this Friday afternoon, but it's all about tonight. It's all about responding to this mess tonight against a future Hall of Famer who, for most of these guys, used to be your teammate, in front of 40,000 suckers who have been packing Citi Field all year. It's about tonight. So I get what happened last night. If you want to bring more stuff up from last night, we'll answer it. But to me, my focus on how confident I am is all about if this team could show some guts and respond tonight. And I'll tell you this, if they don't, they're dead.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that, Evan. But here's the only thing to push back on. They are 11 games out in the division, gone. They are still, if the season ended today.
No, don't do this anymore.
I'm just being positive Tommy right now. If the season ended today, they're a game and a half up on the San Francisco Giants for the third and last wild card spot. So it doesn't matter what's happened, doesn't matter where you're going, doesn't matter what, and in the postseason, it doesn't matter the past, it matters the present. And right now, the only solace they can take is that we're still in control.
Yeah.
We still control our destiny. That is it's an annoying but very true cliche. Every sport does it. And you see it into the football season. We control our destiny. We got to win one more game, and maybe you do, maybe you don't. Right now, the only thing you can bet on with the Mets is that they know exactly what you're saying. They know that every game matters going forward. The problem from Carlos Mendoza, for anyone really associated with the organization, is that you can scream and yell, make lineup adjustments, change this, change the expectation, create urgency, whatever story you want to tell. Ultimately, it comes down to guys producing and performing, and they're just not doing it at all.
Yes. I'm going to give you an analogy. I'm going to give you two cross-sports analogies to describe backing up what you say, but telling you why they can't let this slip anymore. They are an NBA team that had a 20-point lead, and they were running the clock out.
Yep.
And now there's a minute and a half left, and their lead is down to 1. They need to put the ball in the hoop. They're not going to win by 1. They need a basket. This is a football team that led by 3 touchdowns. And now they've blown the entire lead, and the ball's back in their quarterback's hands. They need to drive down the field and retake the lead. Tonight is that moment because they've blown the whole thing. quite frankly. They have. Their lead is a game. It's a game over the Cincinnati Reds. That's it. The lead's gone, essentially.
Yes.
And so tonight, even though, yes, everything is still right there and it's right in front of them, if they don't win tonight, and again, maybe I'm being emotional, if they don't win tonight, they're going to go down like losers. And I never really thought that would happen. I never did. And let me make this clear to
So what's your percentage? You haven't given me your percentage yet.
You need a number?
I need an actual number. We're keeping track of this. It started out as 75.
Yeah.
Forget the guys on the other side because they're still hovering around 90 plus and 100. Started with 7. No, probably not. 75.
Yeah.
Then it went down to 65.
Yeah.
And now I need to know, is it sub 50? And how far below sub 50 is it?
Well, I'm going to answer it this way. They need to win tonight. So let's go piece by piece. If they win tonight, I actually naively believe they'll turn this thing around.
All right,
if they lose,
so tell me what your chance is, your percentage that you believe they're winning tonight against Jacob deGrom, who cares a lot more about this than seemingly any Met player does because they're crapping to bed and enjoying themselves doing it.
I know that Jake is in town now. I know that Jake is listening right now. Jake understands the respect I have for him. So, Jake, I just want to speak real right now. I think the Mets are going to bomb his ass tonight. And that may sound crazy, and I say it with peace, I say it with love, and I say it with admiration. I think the Mets are going to crush him tonight. So, for that reason, because I'm putting it all on tonight, I'm still above 50% because I think they're going to answer this call. And I think they're going to answer this call because if they don't, they're gutless. Are they really gutless? They're losers. Are they really losers?
I mean, you can call them anything you want right now because they can't defend themselves.
That's what they've been. I want to make it clear, Teak. They have a chance to change that narrative.
Oh, of course they do.
That's the way they've played.
But the only way to change that narrative is to do something about it.
Yeah, they got to win games.
And they consistently haven't. 6 games in a row, they've lost. And so they're not stepping up to the plate. Figuratively, no pun intended. They're not doing the little things. They're not getting. I mean, watching the Phillies game, it was like nobody's hitting home runs. Nobody's crushing the ball. They're just station to station. In fact, I think they said that on the broadcast. Station to station to station to station to station, just blow you out. That's what the Phillies do.
Right.
And it's frustrating because it feels like, oh, we're just 1 out away. And then that 1 out never comes. And so what it boils down to is the Phillies, or teams like the Phillies, they do the little things. Whereas the Mets, they're trying to do the big things, but they can't even do the little things.
The truth is, Teak, the Mets don't do anything.
True.
There's nothing they do well. They score 4 runs in the first inning, great, and then they historically get retired 25 in a row by the combo of Luzardo and Duran. Like, that's historically bad. Their starting pitching is average at best. Like David Peterson's outing last night was average. It wasn't horrible, but it was average. It was actually slightly below average. Their bullpen isn't very good. They make defensive miscues. So the reality about the Mets right now is they do everything wrong. And I really shouldn't even believe they're going to win tonight. And I don't know why I do. I don't know if it's that I think this emotion of tonight, believe it or not, is actually going to get to Jacob deGrom.
Yeah.
He's an emotionless robot.
So why is it going to get to him then?
Because, believe it or not, as much as Jacob deGrom has been emotionless and a robot during his Met tenure, and he was, and I think that's a part of why a lot of Met fans never got close to him. I do think that's it. They didn't see the emotion of this guy. He wasn't Matt Harvey. He wasn't Noah Syndergaard. I think he's going to have that emotion tonight. I think when they play a video tonight for him and he gets a...
They're going to try to get him emotional. Is that what you're saying?
No, he deserves it.
Or they're going to do it disrespectfully?
Respectfully. He's going to get a video tonight, and he's going to get a standing ovation. All you idiots who 2 years ago told me you were going to boo him when he came back, you're not going to boo him.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to get there right as first pitch is thrown.
Standing ovation?
When he takes the mound in the bottom of the first inning, I will give him a standing ovation.
Raucous guffaw?
Yeah. I will say thank you. And then as soon as he throws the first pitch to Lindor, to quote a wise man, you're dead to me. That's the reality. But I honestly think that the video and the ovation and the adulation he's going to get from the crowd for the first time ever, deGrom's going to become human. He's going to bleed. And I think the Mets are going to beat him up. And I think the Mets are going to win tonight. But if, God forbid, they don't, if Jacob deGrom dominates like the machine he used to be, or forget deGrom, the Mets just play like the lifeless losers they've played like for 4 months, then I think it's spiraling out of control, and we are witnessing an 07-like collapse that makes you reevaluate everything about this team, this roster, and this manager. And speaking of this manager, I have a clip for you.
Oh, God.
I want to play a clip of Carlos last night. So Carlos Mendoza was asked, and he's starting to get pounded with very tough questions. He was asked about getting this team going, about turning this team around, about not letting this team kind of sink and fall away. I want you to listen to his answer because Carlos Mendoza put it all on him. And there's a part of me that respects that, and then there's a part of me that says, Carlos, if you guys choke this away, you can be a casualty. Take a listen to Mendy after last night's game.
Is there anything that you can do to reset this team at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I'm responsible, I'm the manager. So it's my job to get these guys going, and I will, I have a lot of confidence myself, my coaches, and the players. And, it's not easy right now, and we are all frustrated. But look, like I said, we still got an opportunity here to achieve what, our goal.
He put it on himself.
Yeah.
I'm the manager, and I'm going to do it. Go do it. And I don't know how you do it. And you could tell me, bro, I don't know if it's throwing a chair or screaming in a private meeting or changing the lineup. I don't know what it is. But the manager just told you, hey, it's my job, and I'm going to do it.
Right.
Well, go do it. I'm waiting. The entire city's waiting. We've watched you guys play the worst team in baseball for 4 months. You have collectively blown what felt like a lead you would never blow. To quote the great Clint Capella, what are you going to do about it? And so to the manager who put himself on the firing line, you better do something about it.
Here's the problem. We've been saying this from a fan perspective and from the outside of the organization looking in for weeks now. This isn't just a losing 6 games in a row issue. This has been going on for weeks upon weeks upon weeks. And it was just a matter of time before it really came back and bit you, before it put you in danger, as they currently now sit, of missing the postseason. We joked about it or talked about it yesterday that we could get through this weekend and the Mets are out of playoff position.
Yeah, on their way.
And if they lose tonight, they're definitely on their way out of it. So what is talking about it going to do? And the only thing, just from a player standpoint, is you want that opportunity, but there's also you have to keep normality in it. Like, you can't press. But because when you press, you make it worse. So there is no answer for what these guys are trying to do. I listened to Lindor 2 nights ago, and it was as if he was saying, yeah, I understand that we stink and I suck right now, but we can't press. And at the end of the day, they're going to be good enough or they're not. Maybe they're just not good enough. And I think that's maybe what we're not willing to accept, that they're not good enough. Because everything Mendy says, everything we know, everything David Stearns and Steve Cohen and everybody associated with the Mets will say is this team is highly competent. They are competitive. They have, just look at it on paper. But maybe they're actually overrated and just not good enough. And I think if they fall out of this playoff race and miss it for the first time or since whenever they failed the last time, was that 07? Then they're just not good enough. You just have to accept that.
888-808-1019. Bill is in Morristown, New Jersey. Good afternoon, Bill.
Hey, guys, how are you?
What's up?
Got two quick ones. So, do you feel any better about the Mets based on the fact that our plus 490 bet for them to miss is now plus 172?
It doesn't make me feel better, but yes, I took out the emotional insurance.
Did you?
Of course I did. What do you think, this is my first rodeo?
I thought it was too cheap.
Well, look what it would be now.
No, it's nothing now.
They're almost going to be dogs to make the postseason. Emotional insurance doesn't make you feel better. It just tries to lessen the pain. Joe is in Nutley, New Jersey. Hey, Joe.
Hi, good afternoon, gentlemen. So I'm just as frustrated, obviously, as you, Evan, a big Mets fan. But I'm trying to be rational, and I know that I've already succumbed myself. This team is not making the playoffs. They're not, as Kiki said, I don't believe they're good enough from a pitching standpoint, from an offensive standpoint, maybe. But my question to you guys is, I don't want heads to roll. I feel like that's irrational. But do you think at the end of the season, when they don't make the playoffs, should the owner at least come out and put Stearns on notice because he's batting a 0. Now, I understand GMs don't always bat 1,000, but every decision that this guy has made since March has been incorrect.
Yeah.
And obviously in the deadline, he completely messed up. So I don't want to fire Stearns because that's not fair.
Joe, let's pause and go back to the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, you had just signed Juan Soto to a record-breaking contract, and everybody was encouraged. Season ticket sales are through the roof. Pete Alonso, despite looking like he was heading elsewhere, ends up re-signing a short-term deal, making him the first $30 million a year first baseman until Vlad Jr. comes along. But whatever. The feels were good. You still had some really good core components. And when you looked at it, you said, man, this team is actually this team has a shot. And then the pitching was dominant. Like all of these decisions that now everybody is hating on, it was dominant for the first part of the year. They had the best starting ERA in baseball. I think they had the best reliever bullpen ERA in baseball. They were unbelievable. They didn't lose at home. So what you're saying now about David Stearns, it was 180 degrees opposite 9 weeks ago. So it can't be both. You know what I mean?
Oh, it can be.
He's either good at his job or he's terrible at his job, or the reality is sometimes the players need to have accountability dumped at their doorstep. And that's what enough of us are not doing it. We're not dumping it at each individual player. I know collectively it's hard to do that because then it's got to be somebody else's fault, but this is like contagious bunk. It's terrible.
Contagious.
Yes.
You're right. David Cohn said that 2 days ago during the Yankee game about how bullpen struggles can be contagious. The Mets, all the way around, their bunk baseball, it's a good term to use, it's been contagious. And it's been going on for a while. They've been sick for months. Since the middle of June, this is a bad baseball team. Now, coming up in just a few short minutes, something I'm very much looking forward to. We are very open around here. We're very honest around here. Last night, after yet another brutal loss, our very own Tommy Lugauer did his Positive Tommy thing.
Positive Tommy.
And Frank the Tank, friend of the show, you did Frank's walk not too long ago. Frank's been on the show. He's been on the station. He's a good man. Frank the Tank lost it, as he always does against Tommy Lugauer.
This motherfucker, Tommy Lugauer.
But this time, instead of just cursing him out and saying mean things, Frank challenged him.
Ooh.
He said, I want to debate Negative Tommy.
Challenge.
He wants to debate Positive Tommy.
I'm sorry. Did I call you negative?
Yeah.
Called me Negative Tommy. Frank the negative one. Tommy the positive.
Negative Tommy is currently trying to dig a hole to get Bad Tiki out of jail.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's Negative Tommy.
Shawshank Redemption.
So when we come back, you will get to hear it. We will get to hear it. It's the irresistible force versus the immovable object. It's the positivity versus the negativity. The debate the people have asked months for. Tommy versus Frank.
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
Plus more your calls at 888-808-1019.